In response to Representative Wilson's question, I just want to add that PCC has a program called Future Connect, this wonderful program, and I know President Mitsui, you did submit some materials about it to support low-income first-generation students, and it really makes a difference. So I'm actually really glad we passed the American Rescue Plan, which my colleague was just talking about, because among other things, it's made vaccinations more widely available. It's helped schools and businesses get the support they need to reopen safely, but families and the economy are still struggling. And I'm very grateful that President Biden heeded my call for a $100 billion investment in workforce funding, and that he also included support for childcare and school buildings in the proposed American Jobs Plan. And I look forward to working with my colleagues on this committee to advance the plan so our communities can not just rebuild, but build back better. President Mitsui, thank you for your meaningful testimony. I recently joined Chairman Scott in reintroducing the Relaunching America's Workforce Act, which includes a $2 billion investment to revive the Trade Adjustment Assistance Community College and Career Training Grant Program, an important program with a long name, which supports, as you know, community college and industry partnerships in developing workforce programs. So how would this funding help community colleges like PCC scale up workforce programs, especially to support displaced, dislocated, and underemployed workers?
Thank you, Representative Bonamici. Yes, the TAC program was a landmark program that catalyzed systems change across the country. In particular, I think about the state consortia and how it made a huge difference in Oregon around career pathways. And career pathways, as you know, are short-term certificates that are stackable credentials with wraparound support services. And our career pathway program at Portland Community College has a 90% plus completion rate, and of course, high placement rates, and individuals are experiencing wage progression. Also, we have almost eliminated the equity gap. And so our students of color graduate at nearly the same rate as the average rate. When I was in Washington State at North Seattle Community College, we were part of Air Washington. That was a TAC grant with a state consortia. I can remember us being, there were several community colleges with avionics programs. We were all in the same room with a large major aerospace employer, and we all got on the same page on the curriculum. And we compared the knowledge, skills, and abilities for the different avionics positions. And then the employer calibrated their job titles so that when students graduated, they knew which jobs to apply for. We found that we needed to actually truncate our curriculum, make it more efficient, and that saves students time and effort. Multiply that times 50 states. And that's the kind of impact that TACT had. So we, having another version of that, at the same time where we have an infrastructure investment, it's really important to have a human infrastructure investment. Absolutely. So that we don't have the skills gap.
Thank you. And I want to use my last remaining time to ask Mr. Malik. Thank you for your comments about childcare and for highlighting the importance of solving the childcare crisis. We know that when the pandemic hit, schools and communities got together and made sure that students could get meals during the day, even though the school building was closed. I'm really grateful for everyone in Oregon who worked on getting those meals to students. So I chair the Civil Rights and Human Services Subcommittee, and I'm working on an update to the Child and Adult Care Food Program to better address child hunger issues for early learners and their families. So Mr. Malik, you mentioned the importance of CACFP in your testimony. It currently provides up to 2 nutritious meals per day for children in care. So I'm now working on reintroducing my legislation to expand access to nutritious meals during that additional time that children are in care. So how would children who are in care for 8 hours a day or more benefit by receiving a third meal or snack? And how in general would this help working families? Mr.
Thank you for that question. The CACFP Child Adult Care Food Program is so crucial. It delivers, as you said, billions of meals per year. Right now, I think it could really benefit from a few key changes to allow those 3 meals per day to meet the modern kind of structure of the childcare system, and as well potentially to kind of change those reimbursement rates, I think, for sites, which may be out of step with rising food costs, especially as childcare programs are striving to serve really healthy meals, which young children need.
Thank you. And I see my time has expired. I yield back. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.